Looking good. We've got another Starlink launch tonight to bring to you, and that is going to be carrying a slightly smaller load. I believe we've only got 21 of the version 2 we expect to be on. Of course, I Still Love You, out off the coast of California. Sixth flight for that booster, so it's still a youngin' and for this booster. Normally they run, but they turned this booster around from its last flight from booster 5. And, reusability is key to everything. Always has been, always will be. And the next stage, just checking the boards now, and everything is looking good. Checking the weather. Space Force Base right there looking. And we also have the wind very good. Low winds. We're looking at ground winds around 3 miles an hour or less with gusts. And we appreciate your confidence in coming out here and loft winds. And then come along, hit the subscribe button, like, watch the videos is the important thing. Along, and we're putting up the videos as quickly as we can as they become to use their data and weather maps on our channel, and we appreciate that. And I use them to check what's going on, especially living here in Florida. The maps and let them run for about the next 20 plus minutes until T0, which is right now scheduled for 10. And X, they had one of their meetings, and that again, what we'll do, we'll run these maps here for about the next 20 minutes, and as soon as SpaceX goes live. And again, just to recap that, guys, we have Starlink Group 8-1 out of Vandenberg. This is about the third try, I believe. We are looking at a 21 satellite payload, and that is the version 2.0 mini-sats. 1081's Flight 6 is what today will be. Recovery will be on, of course, I Love You, off the coast of California. And this is the 304th Falcon recovery attempt. And we have, like I said, a 32-day turnaround on the booster, which is it's amazing. And that gets shorter and shorter every time they have a launch. So looking forward to seeing what they can do with that. But let's be honest, the Falcon 9 has a very limited lifespan. The ultimate goal is to get the Starship up and going and using that for everything, and that'll actually run cost-wise cheaper in the long run than running the Falcon program. And as a side note, if you want to check that video out of the Elon talk today, he does mention that they're looking at Flight 4 within about a month. So we are just going to be blowing and going with the Starships. All right, so we will go take a look at these maps. T0 looking to be in about 19 minutes. So stand by, folks, and we should be able to cut to the SpaceX feed as quickly as they bring it up, bring it to us. Thanks again. I appreciate your coming in, being a member of the family. If you're not, feel free to join and placing your confidence in us to bring you the launches as they come up. All right, folks. Thanks again, and stand on by. Yeah, just one more note, guys. Just double checked, and our T0 time still is looking to be about 10:25. We should be going live. Hopefully, SpaceX will begin their feed at about 10:19, so about 10 minutes out. And again, big thanks to SpaceX for providing that feed and providing all their feeds, allowing us the opportunity to educate and send out the video of what they're doing. We appreciate that very much. So again, about 10 minutes, we'll be able to hopefully go live with SpaceX launch of B-1081 out of Vandenberg Space Force Base. Yeah, just one more note, guys. Just double checked, and our T0 time still is looking to be about All right, friends, Papa D here. Just want to check back in. Everything's still looking good. We are still looking at a T0 on time at 10:25 this evening. Right now, it is 22:18 at about 22:19. We're expecting the feed to come through from SpaceX from Vandenberg. Again, thank you to SpaceX for providing that to all of us. Papa D here. Just want to check back in. Everything's still looking good. We are still looking at a T0 on time at 10:25 this evening. Right now, it is 22:18 at about 22:19. We're expecting the feed to come through from SpaceX. And all looking good. So we're holding tight right now for the next minute or so. We'll bring you that feed as soon as it comes through and try to cut back on that feedback loop. But all looking good for an on-time launch, hopefully, at 10:25 for Starlink 8-1 booster 1081. Stand by, folks. We should be able to go live pretty soon here. All right, everybody. We're at T-minus 3 minutes and change. Right now, from what I can see, the boards are looking good. Weather's looking excellent.
Stage 1 lock slot is complete.
All right, stage 1 lock slow. Stage 2 should be finishing up here very shortly. Take one final look here out the weather, which looks really good off the radar coming from California. We should have stage 2 locks load momentarily. Beautiful, beautiful shots. We appreciate SpaceX allowing us to bring those to you. Send another shout out to our subscribers. We've hit another milestone after milestone, and we are very appreciative of that. If you're not a subscriber, you're visiting us today, feel free to look around. If you see something that you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell also, and we'll be able to notify you whenever a new video or a live event is coming through.
Stage 2 lock slot is complete.
And there we go. Stage 2 lock load is complete. All right, we'll go on standby here. At 1 minute, the Falcon 9 will go on startup, which means everything will be internal. Of course, there can always be a stop by the ground, but the machine itself will be operating on its own. and running its flight plan to mission. So we'll stand by now and hopefully enjoy a on-time launch and landing number 6 on, of course, I Still Love You. Enjoy the launch, folks.
Falcon 9 is in startup. LD, go for launch.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And a liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
And we have an on-time liftoff of booster 1081.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Starlink. Mini
Stage 1
sats.
propulsion is nominal.
Beautiful view of the launch complex there at Vandenberg. About another 30 seconds or so, we should be coming up on max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure that will be placed on the vehicle. They will throttle back the engines.
Nominal.
Sort of taking their foot off the gas pedal as they punch through max Q. That's the densest part of the atmosphere in which it will be.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
There we go.
Max Q.
And we always look forward to that point and punching through it, because that is the point at which the most pressure is being placed on the vehicle. If something is going to go wrong, that would be a very possible point that it would happen. We will be
Impact chill has started.
in quick succession. You will have, of course, you just heard the MVAC being chilled so they don't damage the engine once it's started. But there will be stage separation, or main engine cutoff, then stage separation, and then second stage ignition. All that will happen pretty quickly.
Falcon 9 is following a nominal trajectory.
Good call. Everything looking good, everything sounding good. Those Falcon 9s seem to be burning straight and hot. Beautiful, beautiful video coming back. And there's the looking up the length of the
Main
Falcon
engine
9.
cutoff.
Okay.
Stage separation confirmed.
There is main engine cutoff. It is stage separation. We shortly should be
And back ignition.
All right, the second stage MVAC has ignited, and we should be coming up on fairing SEP pretty shortly. Those fairings will be recovered, if possible. Normally they are. It's about a $6 million cost savings to SpaceX every time they recover and reuse those fairings. Stage 1.
Both,
Fairing separation confirmed.
There we go. Fairing separation confirmed.
both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
There's the satellites there. Quick picture of that on the right. Right now, the cold gas thrusters are positioning stage 1. So we can be looking eventually down the road here, a couple of minutes, at the entry burn. At that point, we'll see the altitude and, of course, speed increase dramatically as the rocket pretty much free falls. It'll then come up on its landing burn. So we will go from 9 engines to 3, 2, 1. And the final landing burn will be the one engine throttling up towards power to keep the stage 1 upright and coming down on those landing legs. Beautiful shot. You can see the sun gleaming off those grid fins. Yeah, I've said it many times before, but as a child of the Apollo era, to be able to see this kind of video compared to what we got during the Apollo program, even in the Space Shuttle program, we got a lot of video, but the quality of this is absolutely amazing, and to see it in real time is something else. Back in the Apollo era, you saw what basically was a cameraman taking a picture of a video monitor, and except for the stuff coming back from the capsules and whatnot, that was a lot of times a somewhat direct feed, but it's just amazing the technology, how it's changed since the 70s, and how we now can see the altitude is dropping off. But it will begin that process. That's the flight termination system. Want to save that before the first stage makes its final approach to the recovery vehicle. And they will be staging, safing stage 2 very shortly.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
There we go.
Stage 1 transonic.
And we just passed through the sound barrier on stage 1, so looking about 5 miles until it makes the final touchdown. The grid fins are just doing their job, just steering it along, taking advantage of the thickness of the atmosphere, burning off that speed.
Stage 1 landing burn.
There's the landing burn. Again, that's a single engine that fired up for that landing burn.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance. Landing leg deploy.
Shots.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And we have landing. And again, that is landing number 6 of booster 1081. Stage 2 continues to pick up speed until it hits its parking orbit, which should be very shortly.
MVAC shutdown.
That should be it. All right, folks. So we have another successful launch and landing. Booster 1081. Booster is stage 2 is on its way to preparing for release of 21 Starlink satellites. And if you want to follow that, you can always follow that through the SpaceX feed on the Twitter. And we all right, everything. Just want to double check. Everything still looks good. So you can you can catch that on Twitter, and they will be updating that shortly. We also got a busy few days coming up with Starlink launches. We've got the ULA launch that hopefully will be coming up next week. So a lot going on, and we're looking forward to all of that. So with that said, again, I will say my thanks to my subscribers. Any new subscribers out there, anybody that's not a subscriber yet, please consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button. Like those videos, share those videos. We've been getting the channel out there quite a bit, and everything is going I could have imagined, and I'm enjoying every minute of bringing you the coverage I can. We've got a pretty good cadence of activity that's going to be going out at the Kennedy Space Center, so we're going to try to make some trips out there, bring you something a little bit a different perspective. We certainly can shoot the ground stuff from here. It's about 60 miles from the launch pads, but we try to get out to Kennedy whenever we can and bring you guys as much of that as we possibly can. We'll continue to do that. But thank you all for your support. Thank you for the new supporters. Thank you to meteoblue again for letting us utilize their data. And we will see you at the next launch. Have a good evening. And from Central Florida, good night.